Hi everyone, today's a quick session with two friends of mine, Eric from LA and Michael, he lives in San Francisco. And because I'm in company of two financial gurus, we're going to talk about finances, stocks, Bitcoin a little bit, and I would love to hear the opinion of the two gentlemen about the stock market, if it's too hot, if it's too low, if it's sustainable the way it is, and also a little more about the cryptocurrencies. So, Eric is a stock analyst, correct?
Yes, in many sense, but more of a financial wealth manager.
Perfect. So tell us a little bit about the stock market. Do you think the current rate is sustainable? You think this is too high? Of course, nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but what do you think about the market these days?
Well, I guess it's a loaded question, but I think there's a lot of variables. If you would have asked me in January if I think the market's really hot, I would have said yes, and that's when everybody probably would have said the market's the best place to be. You have to look at it in a different perspective. When you're investing as a whole, you're investing for a long term. I think the digital evolution has made investing very easy and simple in some cases, especially in a rising market. And I think that's what's made it a valuable lesson to either get in or get out in a fast pace. But do I feel it's too high at the moment? No, actually, if the variables stay the same, whereas the currency stays the same, if the inflation stays below threshold of 2.5, and if the 10-year treasury doesn't go up too high, then this market's actually inexpensive compared to other markets. But again, there's a lot of things out there that always are going to be changing the mindset of people like myself and what we're advising our clients.
So from a non-financial perspective of me, the way the market is right now, do you think it's backed up by the economy the way it is, or is it too high?
No.
Is this a healthy stock market versus what the production of the market actually is?
It's very healthy. It's actually, that's why I'm saying it's inexpensive. Earnings have at all-time highs. The problem is not our companies making money. The problem is can it be sustainable for the amount of years to make an investment in an actual company? I would say yes, and it all has to do with what stage in the economy we're in. I don't feel, I would probably say I'm in the minority right now. I feel that this bull market has another 5 years to go. And again, that's just my observance of the market, and just by being in the market for the last 18 years, I just think we're in a longer cycle because we were in a very slow recovery for the last 8 years.
And you are working for JP Morgan Chase as a financial advisor, and Michael works for Wells Fargo Wealth Management. What do you advise to your clients these days? What do you tell them about the market, where it's going?
Well, actually, I agree with Eric. There is a lot of good things happening, or as far as the fundamentals are concerned with the company. So there is a good chance for, even though historically this is one of the longest bull market that we have, and if they're just looking at it statistically, every 7 or 8 years there is a cycle and there is a correction. But we did have a couple of corrections. I think in 2015 we had almost a 15-20% correction, and then we pulled back and started doing it. The market, the companies are healthy. The tax reform had not really been realized, the gains from it. We probably will see it more as far as earnings next year. And once these guys start filing and once they actually show what they got from this tax reform corporation. So markets are good, they're healthy, companies are healthy. I think definitely there is a place for it for a long-term investor. At the same time, we are at one of the highest points in the market, so I generally advise my clients to be a little bit more cautious by holding some cash position maybe 5 to 10% of total assets, and then again diversifying themselves, not be too sector oriented, or not to be just so concentrated in one position. So basically, I'm telling them, be cautious, but still constantly be investing. So that's my advice to my client.
Now, a lot of talk these days about cryptocurrencies. We're gonna have actually an expert talking about this subject in a few days, but I got into it a few weeks ago or a month ago. It was 10,000 Bitcoin, went down to 6,000, now it's back at 10,000. We just checked and there's over 1,000 cryptocurrencies out there, but maybe 4 or 5 of them are stronger. So what do you guys think about cryptocurrency? Is it there to stay? Is it a hype? What do you think, Eric?
It's very hard for me to comment on that, but as far as what I know and understand, the blockchain, which is the makeup of what how Bitcoin works, is a fantastic technology. I think banks, large corporations are going to do that on their own. I think they will build some type of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin-based type of system where the federal government's going to be backing it, and that's the problem with Bitcoin. There's one huge question mark, and that is the central government, and when I mean government, I don't mean just the U.S., the global, are they going to allow for Bitcoin to be exchanged from one person to another? And are they just going to let it roll like the Wild Wild West? I doubt that. I really doubt that the federal government's gonna, the monetary side is central banks are gonna just let go and not somehow regulate it. They can't. The monetary system, the central banks are all there to control inflation and all the mandates and requirements that are needed to sustain a healthy economy and be able to assist when we have a really, really bad recession, to come out of it in a better way than just how we had one in 2008. So that's my 2 cents on Bitcoin. I think the technology is phenomenal. I just don't really think that it could grow out of the aspect of becoming a real currency.
I understand. Any thing you want to add to that, Michael?
Yeah, very much. I think cryptocurrency is something that is going to be part of our life going in the future, even currently. But this peer-to-peer transaction is something that both the IRS or tax agencies of every country in the world, they really despise. They don't like it. And secondly, the banks, the large banks who are basically work as a middleman, they're getting cut off. So they don't really like it either. So if there is a way to kind of put these three together, then I think definitely that something's going to be there and it's going to be very sustainable. Without these kind of movements, like you said, went from $6,000 to $10,000 over like 3 weeks, or vice versa.
Yeah. So this was a quick talk about the financial market, stocks. Seems like the financial market is doing good, and it might be some ups and downs coming up, but still the market is healthy. With the crypto, there's going to be some looming concerns about banks or governments stepping in, and that could change the whole ballgame. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like it, subscribe to this channel because we have a lot more interesting videos coming up. Thank you and have a great day.